Yes, Michael Bisping has fought in the UFC for 10 years and will finally get his first title shot tomorrow night. No one has more career UFC wins than Bisping without ever fighting for a title, or winning a title, rather. However, the odds are against Bisping as he's almost a 6-to-1 underdog to beat Luke Rockhold. That all goes down Saturday night in Los Angeles, and guess who's here to break it down? The American gangster himself, Chael Sonnen. These two actually fought back in November of 2014. Rockhold got the win via second-round tap out. Rockhold revealed he was dealing with a knee injury yesterday at a press conference. A, how smart was that? And B, how do you expect it to affect the fight?
Okay, big mistake. He said he had a torn hamstring, or I apologize, MCL. Well, the commission who sanctioned these fights said, well, then we're not going to let you fight. So he quickly backed off, and he said, well, it used to be torn, but I'm healed now. I'm feeling pretty good. A guy with this kind of a kicking game, and that is some of Rockhold's most dangerous weapons. He'll kick you to the body. He'll kick you to the head. He uses that to set up all of his ground attacks, his takedowns and whatnot. It's very important because then the question comes, well, which leg was it that was hurt? Is it the leg you kick with, or is it the leg that you use to stand on while you're throwing the kick? He never revealed that, but either way, he's unwound the whole thing, promised the commission that he's fine, and the fight's going to stay intact.
What does Bisping do when you know a guy has a knee injury? How does that affect his game?
I tell you what, Bisping's coming after him either way. Look, like it or not, Bisping is the one tough guy in the UFC. Bisping might be the only guy in the UFC that doesn't have an excuse. Rockhold's already said his. I can assure you Michael Bisping's also hurt. He goes in, he spars with grown men every day. Of course he's hurt, but he keeps his mouth shut and does his job. And I'll remind you of this. There was a headbutt in the first fight. It changed the fight. Michael Bisping brought it up after the fact. They went to Luke Rockhold. Everybody thought Rockhold would say, oh, he's making excuses. Right. Rockhold said, no, you know what? I headbutted him, and it changed the whole fight. So I really do want to see this contest. I think that Bisping was competing very well with him up until that headbutt in the first one, but Bisping needs to come at him just like he did Anderson Silva. Guns blazing, hope to get 25 minutes, and pray for a decision.
Well, who wins this fight? He took the fight on 2 weeks' notice, did Bisping. He's coming off a huge win over Anderson Silva. Can he pull off the upset?
You know what? I really don't think so. Look, these guys fought before. They fought 18 months ago, and Luke Rockhold did defeat him. Now, history can be changed if there's a reason. I don't think either guy has changed anything. I think they're both going to be similar fighters, and Rockhold has the edge.
All right. He is the champion, after all. Now, before Rockhold and Bisping throw down, Dominic Cruz will defend the UFC Bantamweight Championship against longtime rival Uriah Faber. Faber beat Cruz in 2007. Cruz avenged that loss in 2011. What do you see happening in this, the third installment?
Okay, Dominic Cruz is very angry, and people will always tell you that emotion can be bad in sport. I'm not sure where that myth came from. Emotion can help you in sport, particularly when you're Dominic Cruz and you like to be angry going into a contest. Now, Faber doesn't have the speed or the footwork to land on Dominic Cruz. Dominic Cruz will force the engagements, but while he's striking, as opposed to covering up, which most fighters do, that's when Uriah needs to attack. He did that in the second fight. He found him twice, and with Uriah's favor, with his power, rather, he set Dominic Cruz down twice in that contest. He's got the ability to do it a third time, but he needs to finish him.
Quickly, you're looking fit as a fiddle. If Dana White called you and said, hey, we need you to fill in on 2 weeks' notice to fight Luke Rockhold for the title, would you have taken it?
I'm in. I'll whip Luke Rockhold. I'll whip him right now.
He's got the gift of gab, ladies and gentlemen. So, too, does Michael Bisping. Will it pay off in the octagon? We'll find out tomorrow night. UFC 199. Dominic Cruz and Uriah Faber meet for the third time. Last time they met, Cruz won in a unanimous decision 5 years ago. He outstruck Faber 97-58, according to Fight Metric. Faber has never won a UFC title fight, while Cruz has never lost in a championship fight.